discipline part is when you leave that feeling, that moment, and wake up tomorrow and you like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and you don't have the same feeling you said when you said what you said. The people that can feel the same feeling every day when they wake up, and as if when it's the first time they said it, those are the people that's gonna win. You have to make sure that's you. If anything in life that you want to be, have that discipline and be consistent, and I promise you're gonna get everything that you deserve. Welcome world, welcome family to another episode of the EL2A Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Gilmore Jr. To the right of me, we got the Rocket in his nice golden cut different special edition shirt. What's up, the Rocket? How you feeling, sir?
I like it.
You're the only one with that shirt, man. Where you get it from? How did you get so privileged to have that shirt?
I just went on Amazon.
Nah, I know where you got it on, because it's a special day today, man. I don't know if you guys know, but this episode is very, very special. But before I tell you, like, subscribe, and comment, all right? Make sure you stop what you're doing right now, like, subscribe, and comment. We've been doing this for a while, right? And you guys have to know by now, the reason you should like, subscribe, and comment is because of what, Rocket?
Hey, man. You one of us. You part of the fam.
That's good, but it's because it's free. It don't cost you nothing, man. It don't cost you nothing to support. Make sure y'all tapping into the content. Like, subscribe, and comment. Cut Different Academy. We changing the game right now. What's up, EL2A family, man? Come invest in the futures that are going to change the world. What you see here right now, man, we are reimagining education, right? We are giving these young boys and showing them who they are and where they're going. We're creating a school-to-career pipeline, and it's happening right here on this property, man. So let's go, EL2A fam. We're going to have a QR code that pops up. You scan that code, all right? And it's going to take you and tell you everything you need to know to come help us invest in the futures that's going to change the world. Let's go. Hey, man, we reimagine education, right? When you sign up for Cut Different Academy, you're getting a young man that's going to understand who he is and where he's going, right? We're going to change the dynamic of what it means to be a leader, right? We always say our youth are the future leaders, but what does that actually mean? I'm going to tell you what that means. Every young man that steps on that campus of Cut Different Academy, he's going to know who he is at the core, and he's going to know where he's going, all right? So Cut Different Academy, make sure y'all tap in. October 11th, too. I'm getting everything out of the way. October 11th, right? Cut Different Legacy Run, 5K with the Mem Run Club. Making sure y'all tapping into that. The link will be in this bio, but make sure y'all tap into the content, and we're going to keep this thing going, man. But here, I got it all out. That was it, right? But one thing I do want to say, this is a special episode, getting back to what I said. And I'm going to say this to our viewers. Consistency writes the story that your legacy would tell. Rocket, when you hear that, what do you think that means?
Consistency will write the legacy.
Writes the story that your legacy would tell.
That your legacy would tell. Hey, just be consistent, man.
Yeah.
Just be consistent. I mean, everything that follows will come or will build up from the consistent things that you did. So, whatever it is that you really do. And if you do it in a good manner and to a decent shape, I feel like the great things will come out of it. And that just speaks to the legacy, never stopping, never giving up.
Yeah, now legacy, everybody has a legacy, right? You die, you see Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has a legacy. We love the stories of Michael Jordan, LeBron James. We see all these different things. But the reason they got to that point of legacy is because they're consistent action. We don't focus on that. We focus on the legacy, right? On the front end now, what we're saying is consistency is writing that story. So their daily habits, their daily deposits turned into a legacy. What we've been doing over the last 104 episodes is we've been being consistent, right? And it's going to write out a legacy for us. So to get to my point, the special thing that we're here celebrating today, this is our 2-year anniversary. All right, that means for 104 episodes, for 104 weeks, we've been coming in here every week, tapping in, putting an episode out every Tuesday, being consistent, and that's not easy, right? That is not an easy feat. Podcasts do not last. There's statistics that show it, that how last that podcasts go out, man, but we've been able to be consistent, and I'm telling you, it's going to write a beautiful legacy. We've been able to have so many great guests on this platform that have been able to share their story, that have been able to motivate people, and it's been a very inspiring to see from me. from you to everybody that's watching this episode. We cannot do it without you. Everybody that watches this episode, it means the world to us that you don't think it robbery to come in and tap into what we're doing here. Again, but I want you to get out of this. Consistency will write the story that your legacy would tell. All right, so what are you being consistent about? What are some things that you need to do daily to be able to get to where you're going, right? So that's what I need you guys to focus on. The Rocket. As we've been here for 104 episodes, man, you've been here with us from the beginning of time. I need you to tell me, what was the feeling in the beginning and what's the feeling you feel now, 2 years in?
So at the beginning, I mean, just for me, I could tell the difference as far as the growth. And I mean, I guess that's really speaking to the consistency. Doing it for so many weeks, time and time again, you know, you start building up the confidence to be able to come on stage. Sometimes it's not easy. I mean, a lot of people get nervous when you see the setup and everything, but from the beginning, you know, we were trying to figure out what it was. We knew what we wanted to get out for everybody to understand, you know, EL2A. We knew what we wanted the people to hear. But I think now, you know, we're rolling, like we know exactly what it is that what the people need. And I think, you know, through the consistency of each week, you know, in and out, I feel like, you know, we got it to where we are now. Yeah. So it just grew. It grew from where it started from to where we are now. It's pretty cool.
And a lot of people you ask, you know, how do we do this podcast? How do we get started? A lot of things we just did it, man. A lot of stuff we started learning. We got new equipment as we went on. Even how I'm able to be the host of this podcast. I wasn't the best at the beginning. Think been able to get better. I get people that compliment me all the time. Again, that was through consistency that I was able to learn. So at this point, I do want us to kind of pinpoint what are some things that you think that you've gotten better at over these 104 episodes. I'll start it off. I do think I've been able to create a habit of knowing when to ask the right questions, knowing the flow of the podcast, and knowing that the information that I'm trying to get out of the guests. I do my best at research before someone comes on this platform, but I take it very seriously to be able to engage and pull out information that I want. And I think for the viewers as well, but I'm like, when I'm asking questions, I'm like, well, what does the person on this other side of the camera want to hear? And what can I pull out of this person that'll get the most information to the person on this other side of the camera? So I do feel over these 104 episodes, you all can tell me in the comments, how do y'all think I do about hosting? But I do think I've been able to get better at hosting. But what about yourself? What are some things you think you're getting better at?
No. So for me, mine is really just, again, is being able to be comfortable with being who I am. Again, when people get in front of the cameras, get in front of social media, you know, everybody, they become somebody else. And at one point, that's what I felt like. That's what I wanted to speak correctly. I wanted to say the right things. But then I you know, it just got to the point of like, it's okay to be you, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody may have the same question that you, being yourself, may want to ask the guest or may want to ask on a podcast. So like you say, you know, if there's something that comes to mind, whether, you know, come to my mind or come to my heart, just speak to it and being okay with it. So I think over the last couple of years, I mean, over the last 2 years, again, to where I am now is just knowing that it's just another conversation, man. We just get on here to speak our truth, you know, to try to help somebody else on the outside.
Yeah. One thing I'm thinking about, what has it taught you? So for me, these 2 years have gone fast, right? We just come in here, we do it, it's locked in. It's really no thinking into this thing right here. What has that taught you though, to be able to look up and say, dang, we did 2 years. Like, what other areas of my life may I need to log into instead of system, instead of something? Like, what has it taught you that we've been able to do this for 2 years like this?
I mean, like I just going back to being consistent. I mean, I don't know how long y'all been rocking with us, but when we first, remember our first podcast, and we did the one at the church one time with Pops, then we did the one on the road going to Orlando. And in between, I mean, we were trying to do it, but it wasn't consistent. You know what I'm saying? So the not being as confident and not really knowing how to gel together on the stage, or when we in production, I guess it just showed like what the not being non-consistent, like just being inconsistent with that show. But then now when you do it, like you say, like, okay, so if we can do this, and sometimes I actually had that thought to myself, like, well, dang, we can do this week to week. You know, like you say, what else can be done when you are doing it over and over again? You know, life on life, and I think a lot of times that's what may stop other people when they with their podcast or with whatever they got going on. But I mean, there were days where, you know, the EL2A still went on when I had something to do.
Yeah.
A lot of times you just gotta, keep going with the flow, or find somebody else to fill in, or just what it was. I'm pretty sure it was some episodes when you was by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You just got on and you did it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that shows, that can show to other people that, again, they're going to be roadblocks in life. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to find a way. All right, how do I get over that, or how do we keep going without allowing this one setback or allowing this one hiccup to stop from stopping me from being consistent, or stopping me from growing to what I want to be.
Yeah. I think the follow-up question to that is, what stops someone that quits and the one that stays consistent? I think that's the $1 million question of the day. So what stops the person that quits, the person that stops doing the podcast, and what helps the person that is consistent? And for me to you, I think that person that is consistent, he makes it easy, right? Again, these things that we make it as easy as possible. Obviously, we do have a team where we're able to build out to have people to come in. We got Brother Rory back there mixing up. We got Jizzle taking pictures right now. We got Javi right there getting content. So yes, we do have a team that put into place, but we made it easy. We began to get these lights. We began to get the software and get the phones. You have to make the situation so easy for yourself that you just walk into it and be able to do what you do. I think one of the biggest things is the hindrance of getting there. It's like, okay, I got to, every day is a new week. It's no set thing. So every time a person does a podcast, it seems so hard because, I got to get this. I got to find you a spot to shoot your podcast, find you a time to shoot your podcast, and shoot it every day. I'm going to put my phone on the stand and I'm going to talk to the people at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. You do that every time at 3 o'clock on Tuesday and don't waver from it. Over time, after you keep doing it, you're going to build up an audience. And that audience is going to want more and more from you. And then you're going to start putting yourself in a position to be able to get more equipment and get a bigger platform or however you want to do it. But you have to start somewhere. So I think the biggest thing that stops the person that quits and the person that stays consistent, is the barriers you put between you actually doing what you want to do, which is the podcast, right? Make it easy on yourself. Create an environment that's almost impossible to lose. Again, put your phone on a stand and talk to the people. Put your phone wherever and just talk to the people and put it out. Obviously, what you're talking about is important. Your topics are important, but just put it out so the people can hear from you and they can learn from you and they can grow from you. That's all that's important. But for you to rock it, what do you think is one of the biggest things that's stopping the person that's quitting and the person that's consistent?
Nah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. I mean, I think about the 5 a.m. run club. Kudos to that, to the team and everything. But even with that, what I'm saying, I work out, and I think I said it on the podcast before. Go back and check it out if y'all didn't. But I said it before. There are times for myself where I start working out, but then I'll just stop. I don't know why, but I know I can get back going. So when it comes to the whole run situation, with the run club, you invited me. Well, I don't know if you did, but somebody invited me out before to the run club, and you seen it on social media. And they're like, nah, I'm good. But, then over time, it's like, okay, well, I start seeing more and more people go. But with that being said, the run club creates the stage. Like you say, put the phone on the stage, on the counter. The run is the phone. Basically, I get to where I'm going because the stage is already created. It's already presented itself downtown. You don't have to go nowhere else. Go run. If you're not comfortable, you feel like you can't run outside because it's not safe, you got people to run with, and then you just got everything is in place to go out there and run. So now it gets to the point of, okay, well, I actually like doing this. I'm I'm working out again, and I know every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I can go in and I can run, and I'm gonna get the results that I want. So I think you, like you said, you hit it right on the head. That's it. You really just got to do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about our podcast guest that we had on. I'm trying to think about who displayed consistency. But as I'm thinking about everybody's story that was told during the podcast, usually it's the other side when the person started displaying consistency. So a lot of people we come on, we talk about their story. They tell you about their story. Then they talk about how they overcame the story. And that's where they hop into that consistent action that keeps them. If you could think about across all of the podcasts we've had lately. But when you think about consistency, is there any guest that just pops out to you that's like, yeah, they were consistent. That's why that helped them get to where they want. Because, for example, one is the late Kendrick Butler. He talked about his situation when he came out of alcoholism or whatever. And after that, he just stayed on a path for his daughter and different things, that he was consistent. Obviously, that was one of the latest ones. That's what coming to my mind. But can you think of anybody that's really directly just hit consistency hard?
Man, I think Rashad said something. I can't remember specifically what he was talking about, but I think his podcast, he had a point in when he did touch on consistency. I can't remember vividly what he said, but it was something that stemmed from being consistent with basically with his work ethic and where he was trying to go.
Yeah.
But that's the one I do remember.
Yeah. Think about this, all right? So, again, we thank you guys for watching this episode of this podcast, right? We really don't take it lightly that you're watching it. And we hope that everything you're getting from it, that you can understand that, man, consistency wins, right? Consistency wins. If you can be consistent, if you put a no daily deposit, everything you want is on the other end of that, right? Everything is on the other end of just the discipline that you can have. What is discipline? Discipline is doing what you said you're going to do long after the feeling you said it in has left you, right? So a lot of people say these things. A lot of people say, I want to do this, right? The discipline part is when you leave that feeling, that moment, and wake up tomorrow and you like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and you don't have the same feeling you said when you said what you said. The people that can feel the same feeling every day when they wake up, and as if when it's the first time they said it, those are the people that's gonna win. You have to make sure that's you. If anything in life that you want to be, have that discipline and be consistent, and I promise you're gonna get everything that you deserve. Anything in life that you want to do, have discipline and consistency, and I guarantee you're gonna get what you deserve. That's some daily deposits right there, right? Yeah. So even as we wrapping up, I do wanna have a little interactive, and thank for our guests. And I want you to do this too. If anybody's been watching this podcast, right, for these last 2 years, you say, I've been here since the beginning, please comment, all right? Comment your name. We do have a Gmail, EL2A Podcast at gmail.com. Tap in with us, man. We're going to interact with you. We're going to put the email in there, but I want you to obviously put it in the comments if you've been rocking with us. If you've been rocking with us, we're going to reach out and give you our email. We're going to contact. For everybody that's been rocking with us, man, we're going to create a little secret little environment for our OG people to be able to come holler at you. May be able to come in here and watch a live episode, or maybe able to get on the podcast. I don't know, man. Let's chop it up together, but make sure you do that. But Rocket, as we're spinning off, man, I do want you to answer what's been hardest episode to record and why? It's just so funny stuff. So what do you think one of the hardest episodes to record we had on this podcast?
I can't remember what episode it was, but when the Wi-Fi was in it.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Looking in the back, we kept going, and then Hob and Rory kept saying what it was.
That was with Estella Bird. Estella Bird with
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Then we switched location.
Yeah, we had to go to the other side for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. What was the funniest behind the scene moment so far that you could think of?
The funniest behind the scene moment. The funniest behind the scene moment. That's a good one. You gotta come back to that one.
You don't know.
You got one? Hold on.
Funniest behind the scene moments that I can think of. Probably Javi. I think Javi gives us the most laughs behind the scenes. And energy, that was probably what that was the funny moment when he first said energy, because you was up here dead. He like, energy. Yeah.
So that one, and then Jav, you remember Jav came here with the action. He came in, you ain't came back with it, bro.
Because they messed up. They don't know what to do. All right, so cool.
No, and one more. Well, Jav couldn't count down right.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible. For sure.
You better not.
Just for y'all know, all Javi had to do is say 3, 2, 1. And every time he would say 1, 2, 3.
He looked like
and he'd be so confused at that. But
he got it down other.
No, he don't even do it. It's too hard for him. But what guest surprised what guest surprised you the most? Like, what's somebody that came in here like, dang, you really got more out of it than you probably thought you would, or expected to get out of it, I should say.
It's quite a few, man. I know when Ricardo came on. So when Ricardo came on, there was a lot of things that it's like I knew to a certain extent. So for me, with Ricardo, we're same age, kind of in the same field, kids, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard his story and, what he shared, for me, that was one that, really, I felt like I learned something for real, was like, it's something that's I always remember.
Yeah. I think for me, the one and I keep saying, look aloud, my mind, I can't really go too far back, but the young brother David that we just had with the children books, And he really hit home on just his story. You know what I mean? Him how he was raised and going to the Army and trying to get his foot back. And so it was one of those motivational things. Not that I didn't expect much out of him, but I think that was a very powerful episode, and he really blessed me with hearing his story in the episode. So
it was somebody I just female. I just can't.
We had a lot of good. Jazz was a good one.
Oh, Jazz
had a good episode on here. I really like going back Jennifer Murdy a long time ago. She was a good one. We had some great guests on here, man. We may have to do that, put a segment where we chop guest podcasts up and just throw them up and so people can see
one that, so like with Mr. Whitfield, you know, with him, how old is Mr. Whitfield?
He got 80 something, probably about 90. No?
Just to be able to think about, you know, somebody that has accomplished so many things, and then knowing that, like, I think that's one thing you always say to the boys when we put stuff out on social media, being able to go back and be like, you know, this is something that's going to always be a memory, go back and check out. So knowing the things that he has accomplished, and, you know, knowing that he was on the stage, I think that's pretty big for me. I mean, FAMU alumni, knowing all that stuff. So that's great.
Like, going forward, man. So we year 3, right? We jumping into year 3, y'all. We need to go ahead and put a cast of vision. Who do we want on this podcast this year? All right, throw some names. Who do we want on the podcast? One person I'm gonna say, this is more political. I just met with him, but I'm gonna get Senator Stan McClain. We're gonna make sure he get on this podcast. I think it'll be a cool, good story. So I'm gonna say Senator Stan McClain. That's one. Who you could think? Who we need on the podcast?
Man, let's get a. Let's get a. I would like to get. I mean, I know it's nothing real big, but a teacher. I feel like if we get a teacher on here, because we do a lot of talking about.
That is big. We should.
You know what I'm saying? That's big. Somebody from the or a principal. I think, you know, education. That'll be it'll be pretty big, especially, you know, as far as the empowerment program, just to hear how they see it and how they see the education system from their side. Yeah. And I think that'd be pretty dope. So for people to hear, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always two sides to every story, and they may, you know, our fathers may see education in one way, but a principal or somebody, an educator, may see it from another perspective. I mean, we did have Mom here, but she wasn't an active teacher. Mm-hmm. You know, that was different. She was a former teacher, but somebody that's actually in it now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be pretty big. Yeah,
and that's something I've definitely been talking about, working on, definitely, even with going into the direction of the school, just giving that perspective as far as going forward and just anything education. So you spot on with that. So I did say that if somebody else, I feel like I'm leaving out, I want to probably some more of the high school athletes, obviously, as they during their season right now. Some of the athletes that's coming out, I would love to start getting them on here. We got some, you know, top athletes around here. I know one is the Gunsby kid. He the first one come to mind. Just know he got a lot of offers, but some of the high school athletes, just getting them on here. You know what I mean? Just to hear about from them, and coaches, some of the coaches, high school coaches, and yeah. We might do a little, we'll get TK on here too. TK, I'll put it out there. I've been thinking about TK. TK, you gotta come on the podcast this season, or whatever you want to call it, this year. All right, I know that'll be a very interesting podcast. I got a lot of action, TK. A lot of action.
So just came to me. So some of the boys that went off to high school and they hadn't been actively with us because they're old enough. Mm-hmm. Just want to see their perspective as far as, like, you know, being a part and being here every day, having, you know, a mentor over them, and then kind of getting it, just trying to see, like, the difference. You know? I think that'd be something good too.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. Other than that, man, I guys, consistency is born. Consistency is born. It just showing up. Ain't really no excitement in it. You just got to trust the process, right? And that's what get us here. We're in year 2, going into year 3. Again, I'm super excited about the future. So much stuff cooking. I just told you, Cut Different Academy 2027. October the 11th, we got our not our fun run, but our legacy run 5K. We're just a lot going on, but consistent actions, daily deposits, just stacking up. And one day we'll look up and be like, dang, this is what we done. And it takes community. So EL2A family, man, we appreciate you for watching. And Brother Rocky, you got anything else to say on our 2-year?
Thank y'all, man. We love y'all. Keep rocking with us, man. Let's grow together.
Yeah. The last challenge I'll leave y'all, I said it before, but make sure y'all putting if you've been rocking with us, however long you've been rocking with us. Let's say if you're watching this episode, put in the comments how long you've been rocking with us. We do want to create an environment where we get, the viewers that's been watching the podcast into, maybe there's a little, buy you some pizza or something like that, man. We get you listen to an episode, buy you some pizza. We just have a nice little setting. So
let them tell us their favorite episode and why.
Yeah, and I like that. Go ahead. Tell them what you see.
Let us know about what was your favorite episode and why that was your favorite episode. I mean, maybe something that was said that we can say again. Yeah. Somebody maybe did.
Now we're gonna keep it going, man. So I appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Man, we appreciate everything you do, everything you watch. I think that's it. The Rocket, man. We'll see y'all next time. Year 3.